Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. And they'll come out with a three tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. That's a run to run now. And they work this well field across the 45. That good for 22 on the first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 44. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
18, 5 in. On the ball, on the ball.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Bryce Hall. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Now, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack, and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in, because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now Hall to to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Trap 50, trap 50.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 35 now.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. The points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the commit. Here at their own 32-yard line. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders. At about the 32. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Now to the air on 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6, and the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0.
The score, Commanders 14, Vikings nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Doctor. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Griffin. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Being chased out left. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings, nothing.
Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
The score, Commanders 21, Vikings nothing.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in the league can ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why they look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Griffin. Oh, that'll be incomplete. But he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Griffin. This is caught. It's Floyd. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Once again, Griffin. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays. Been a great individual effort today.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
A gain of 2.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole is not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Here's Griffin. He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Hall. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
What were you thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few many bucks.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
19. Warriors 17. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play into the first half. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. But leading the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. One last shot before the break. Howell. On the left side, it's complete. And some room to work. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all the way out just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49.
The one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the defense, they get to Howard. He'll go down here. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, come on. Hey! Read the look, read the look.
Now Griffin on first down. Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Second down, Howell now. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
First down, Washington.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 50 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Commanders 42. Vikings 14.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Ready?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Ready?
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 3.
Second down, Howell back to pass. Steps away to his left. Pass out left, caught by Woods. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here's Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
To number 17, Terry
8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
The extra point is good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Vikings
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 18. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Play action. It's Griffin. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Carried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Let's go.
Now Griffin down around his goal line. He's got him in, complete. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown of his NFL debut. And the Vikings are able to at least get one score back. So from back deep, deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Powell. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They will play action. Powell. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick 6 today.
Yeah, even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now to tip the balance in their favor?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Washington going to send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And big problems there. They'll say this crossed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 27, Griffin. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. On the slant has got Sanders. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Griffin. His pass out wide to Hall. He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Now Griffin. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Breece Hall. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think
he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They go play action with Howell. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Jelani Woods, 31 yards. And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
56, Vikings 35.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Martin Emerson. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. And at this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great effort there. 40 yards.
And the Commanders help the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Commanders 63.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. Now Griffin. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around.
Let's go now.
But they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They go play action. Griffin. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30.
And he's going to hook up with his big time and complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. nothing. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andre Cisco. The 30. 10, 5. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing, and partner, they do